Noha is an international association of universities that aims to enhance professionalism in the humanitarian sector by promoting humanitarian values and providing certificated high-level courses, including a joint master's in international humanitarian action. Since its creation in 1993, more than 3,000 graduates have completed the master's. What has Noha brought to its graduates?
Noha has made me a stronger person and has helped me to connect with humanity in a much better way.
In-depth knowledge of the environment in which we work.
3 things. First, community. Second, a sense of responsibility. And third, opportunity.
A rich network of people that I meet time and again in the field. And we in the Noha network, we call it's our Noha family.
The anthropology class, because it helped me to contextualize everything we do, take into account the local culture.
The basis for my profession, my wife and my 2 children that I have with the wife.
To break barriers sometimes existing between institutional approaches and NGOs.
Knowing all these people all around the world that are doing interesting things.
The interest and hopefully also the capacity to look at humanitarian action holistically.
A solid background and a good network.
In 2013, Noha celebrated its 20th anniversary in Brussels, bringing together humanitarian leaders, practitioners, academics and Noha graduates to reflect on the achievements and constraints of the humanitarian sector and to think about the new challenges and how the sector can respond better to them. What are the goals of Noha for the future?
We have already Erasmus Mundus students who are coming from third countries, from developing countries, and who have the opportunity to come to Europe. But what we want to do is to bring Noha to them.
To establish Noha networks around the world, a Noha Southeast Asia, a Noha Africa, a Noha South America, and so on. So that the Noha philosophy of enhancing the professionalism in the delivery of humanitarian aid through education can become a global project.
Vilnius and Copenhagen universities have recently joined the network. Besides the joint masters, Noha organises short-term courses, seminars and conferences.
We really hope to be able to build on the already very good collaboration to expand the possibilities for student exchange, for internships, for collaborative research opportunities in this very burgeoning field of humanitarian action.
For the Vilnius University, Noha gives a wide range of perspectives. First of all, we are heading towards the contribution of all the activities that Noha performs in the area of humanitarian action. And of course, our wish is to strengthen the regional action in the area.
Noha counts on the cooperation and support of the European Union through its Directorate General for Humanitarian Aid and Civil Protection, ECHO, and its Directorate General for Education and Culture.
Every year we Europeans support help for some 300-400 million people in the world. We need to work together to understand needs better, to be able to target assistance better, but most importantly to help local organizations, local institutions build up capacity and develop educational programs like the one we offer here.
It is a crucial partnership. It makes sure that we gradually professionalize some young people that will be committed to the humanitarian cause, that we orient them towards working in difficult places on the globe.
Noha provides high-level education and training. It promotes intellectual debate and thinking on humanitarianism with a solid base on humanitarian, professional and human values.
You'll still find people with very different backgrounds. You'll find experts on health, on water, on sanitation. You'll find people with administrative backgrounds, maybe social anthropology. So in that way, I think it's still a sector which brings together very many different disciplines. But then people need a good briefing, people need a good training, and I think Noha contributes to that.
What makes a humanitarian professional?
The sector as a whole could look harder at the skills they're currently asking for, and perhaps some of the skills they should be asking more, as I say, greater knowledge of local languages, local context, more promotions into senior management of national staff in the context in which they're operating.
Which role do you think Noha could play in terms of training humanitarian professionals?
If you want to improve humanitarian practice, you have to reflect on this practice, you have to discuss them, to put them in question, and I think that through training, this is where Noha has a huge role to play. You can make the know-how more available, you can put the know-how in discussions.
How does Noha link practice and theory?
We worked closely with the humanitarian actors, and we take them as lecturers, and also our former students, when they are graduated and evolved in the humanitarian world, come to us and teach.
Noha seeks to increase the effectiveness and quality of humanitarian action through the provision of excellence and internationally recognized education, research and training. Noha is about education, action, but also about inspiration and values.
We need to be as broad as possible in the way that we both educate and develop the next generation of humanitarians. We all know that humanitarian action as an enterprise has not particularly been business savvy, and I think that's something that they can also bring as part of the education of our next generation.
What is Noha's added value to the humanitarian sector?
What we really wanted to do, which was a different world, a more humane, a fairer world, and a world where the victims and the people who had suffered critical situations were at the center of the quality of service and the respect that they deserved.
What has been the most inspiring moment in your career?
Whenever I see a smile on the face of a child or women, with the communities I'm working with, I feel really inspired.
In Darfur in 2005, when you go and work into the large camps of displaced people.
Reform of policies and laws on indigenous peoples.
It was when working with the Red Cross in Togo in 2011.
Witnessing humanitarian action in action, it's inspirational.
A special mission within my heart is the one that I had in Croatia in 1997.
Kenya, 94. After interethnic violence.
Last week I got a phone call from someone that we had helped return to the Dominican Republic, and he called me to thank me for the assistance.
Even in a situation when there is a lot of tension and sometimes very conflictual relationships, humanity is still there.